Hello and welcome to BlueTube, where we talk all things blue. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this man right here, Batshuayi, who was the first signing for Chelsea in this summer's transfer window. Very, very exciting for multiple reasons. But before I get to that, I just want to do a quick apology. I know this video is a little bit late because we signed him about a week ago, actually. But as you guys, or as most of you guys may know, I was actually on holiday in San Francisco for the last week. I'm back now, I'm ready to go, more videos to come, but yeah, this is the first of many. Batshuayi, he's a 22-year-old striker, Belgian striker, who you've probably watched in the Euros, and for my French viewers, you may have watched him in Marseille beforehand. He arrived at Chelsea from Marseille for a fee of around £30 million, 22-year-old striker, and you know, he seems to be a very, very promising player, and I'm sure a lot of you may have seen him in the Euros playing for Belgium. He scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals in his appearances for Belgium. And actually, in his last season at Marseille, in 32 or 34 games, I can't remember the exact number, I'm sorry, but in around 32 games-ish, he scored 19 goals and assisted 7, which is a total contribution of 26 goals out of around 32 games, which is a pretty impressive record. But you know, we do have to account for the fact that League One is I don't want to offend anyone, but is not as competitive as other leagues, such as the Premier League. So it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to English football and how his record and his playing time is changed at Chelsea. He was actually attracting a lot of interest from many other clubs, most notably Tottenham Hotspurs, and we kind of do have a history of snatching players under their noses, like Willian and Batshuayi now. And, you know, it's interesting, actually, that, you know, because Tottenham Hotspurs, they have Champions League football. We don't. Yet Batshuayi still chose to sign for us, which kind of says something about, you know, the level of the clubs and the... Anyway, that's not the point of this video. Batshuayi, let's get straight to it. Actually, you guys may know, spoilers alert, spoiler alert. In my transfer wishes videos, for my striker edition, I actually said that I wanted to sign Batshuayi as one of my strikers, one of my 2 strikers. That's because I think Conte is going to play a 4-4-2 formation or a 4-2-4, some kind of variation. But essentially, he's going to have 2 strikers in the first team. I said that in the first team, in the starting 11, we should have Diego Costa paired with a world-class striker, and my preference is Aubameyang. And we should have Batshuayi, we should sign him to be our substitute player who sits on the bench and, you know, maybe comes on for some cup games, comes on, you know, for in the 60th, 70th minute, and maybe starts some games occasionally as well, but not our main, not part of our main 11. And I think that's exactly the role that he's going to play from the reports that I'm reading and, you know, what Conte is thinking. And of course, we're actually very, very persistently chasing Alvaro Morata for around £65 million or something like that. Actually, tell me what you guys think of that, actually. I personally don't think I don't think Morata is worth over £60 million, if I'm completely honest with you. But, you know, tell me what you guys think. Do you guys want to buy Morata for that much money? Or, you know, could we go for someone else? But anyway, that's not the point of the video. Batshuayi, you know, he's a great player, great youngster. But I do want to clarify one thing. You know, I think a lot of people on social media, especially, are kind of overstating how good Batshuayi is. You know, let me admit this right now. I don't watch League One, so, you know, I don't speak as someone who's watched, you know, every single game that he's played. But I have watched a lot of highlights on YouTube of him, and of course, I've been following him with Belgium in the Euros as well. And my thoughts on him are he's a great player. He's very, very strong physically, and he's a great aerial threat. He's a great finisher. Actually, for a striker, he's a very, very good dribbler. He's got great feet on him, which I was quite impressed by. He's quite skillful for a striker. But the big thing that lets him down at the moment is his decision making. And I think that kind of shows his lack of experience. He's only 22 years old, we have to know that. And I think that, you know, he can definitely improve in that aspect, working under a world-class manager like Antonio Conte, and playing in a better quality league like the Premier League, playing under more pressure, playing, you know, with bigger stakes. And I think, you know, it's a great, he's come to the right club to kind of be disciplined. And, you know, Conte is a great manager. He's a no-nonsense guy. He wants, you know, you to be disciplined, play for the team. And I think that kind of mentality is exactly what Batshuayi needs right now. and I think, Conte can instill that into him. So once he has that, he can be a great player because he has all the attributes needed to be a world-class striker, I think. But as of now, I feel like he's a little bit selfish at times. If there's a teammate free, next to him, who can easily, score the goal, he would probably go for the shot himself rather than pass to him. And he loves to take on players. If there's a guy, free, with a good opportunity for a shot, he would rather take on 2 or 3 players and have the shot himself. And I think, it's just that kind of decision making. Especially in counterattacks, because in counterattacks you need to think very, very quickly. You have very, very little time to process what's going on, and your decision making has to be spot on. But as I said, I do think that's an aspect that can be developed under Conte. But once that happens, once he kind of becomes that decision making master, I think he can be a great player. I don't expect him to make kind of an instant impact at Chelsea. I don't think he's going to score 20 goals in his first season. A lot of people are saying on social media, like, he reminds me of Zidane, or he reminds me of him, or her, or not her, but actually maybe, I don't know. But, a lot of people are kind of overstating him, in my opinion. And, I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a great player. In fact, I had him in my wish list. And I do think he's got a huge future ahead of him. He's got great potential. In the long term, he can, I've actually been talking to some Marseille fans online about this. They say that he is the best player that Marseille have had since Didier Drogba. So, who knows, maybe he could grow up to be as great as Drogba was, and that would be absolutely insane. In fact, I think Drogba moved to Chelsea for around £30 million as well, so a lot of similarities between the moves. So maybe, you never know. But for now, I personally think he is kind of a substitute player. He's not going to be in our first team. For our first team, we need another world-class striker. As I said, we are chasing Morata right now. I don't think we should be. I would love for us to get Aubameyang. He is my first choice striker. And of course, there is some uncertainty surrounding Diego Costa with the arrival of all these strikers and us being linked with Morata, blah, 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 blah. But I do think Costa's going to stay as well, actually, because I've read some reports saying that Conte has spoken to him personally, and he's kind of convinced him of his vision of Chelsea. And, Costa wants to be a part of this rebuilding of Chelsea. And to be part of the squad for the future of Chelsea. And it is a very exciting time to be at Chelsea right now. In fact, it's a very exciting time to be in the Premier League in general right now, because so many crazy things are happening. But yeah, Batshuayi I think is a great player, great youngster, but not world class at the moment. So tell me what you guys think about him. Do you think that he is going to be kind of an instant impact player, scoring 20 goals this season, and carrying us to the league title and being this beast, player of the year, Ballon d'Or winner, and all this kind of thing? Or do you think he's just going to be this kind of good squad player to have, and he's going to develop slowly over the long term, hopefully to become a better player? And of course, tell me about the Morata deal as well, if you guys are happy with that. And of course, we're only getting started. In my transfer wishes, I specifically pointed out 2 other positions, 1 center back and 1 center midfield position that we need to pursue right now. And Koulibaly, the Napoli French defender, sorry. We're actually being linked with him very, very heavily right now. If we did sign him, I'd be ecstatic. I think he's a great player as well. So hopefully that deal goes through soon. And there's many reports that we're gonna go after N'Golo Kante, and we're gonna activate his release clause of around £20 million once his run in the Euros finishes. By the way, I really do hope France wins in the finals, because Portugal do not deserve to be there. But anyway, that's just yeah. Batshuayi, that's really it for the video, guys. Just tell me what your thoughts are on everything that's going on right now. And hopefully this is going to be the first signing of many more to come. Hopefully we do sign another world-class striker, a midfielder, and a center back. And then my wish list will come true. My dream will come true. My vision will be realized. But this is a big first step. And I'm very, very happy that Chelsea is acting early in the transfer window and snapping up the players that we want. Unlike last season, or last summer rather, where we were kind of chasing players very, very desperately near the end of the window and not really getting anywhere with our negotiations. So hopefully, we're gonna sign much more players very, very soon, and we'll have a full squad by the beginning of preseason. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But hopefully we do act very, very quickly. And, good luck to France in the Euros, as I said. But guys, that just about concludes my video. As I said, I'm back in Korea now. My vacation is over, and many more videos are coming soon. My transfer talks will probably start soon as well. But guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay blue.